Do you know where they are?
No, I don't. They're supposed to be here by now.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to One Question, One Answer. We were supposed to be talking about content marketing world with Amanda Vasil, change agent, and Lukas Treu, our lead content strategist. And I don't know where they are. So I guess if we're going to talk content marketing strategy, we could. Great.
Hey guys,
hey.
we just got
Hey.
here.
Oh, hey,
What's going on?
it's about time.
I know. Sorry.
Did you just literally?
It's been a
Yeah.
busy couple days.
So, aren't you glad you went to content marketing world?
Of course.
It's all about the orange, right?
Yes,
It was all about
it is.
everything was orange.
The better question is, are you content with the content?
I would
marketing world?
say for 2015, absolutely. It was
So-
fantastic.
So you guys are just back. Obviously, content marketing world, huge deal right here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's great. I think it's worth two questions today. So
Sure.
two questions.
It's not one question.
It's not
answer.
one question, one answer today.
Okay.
So let's go two questions. So first question for you guys. What's the coolest thing about content marketing world? Tell me what happened.
Well, you actually kind of led into that for me. For me, I mean, orange everything.
Mhm.
I was super impressed with Content Marketing Institute for the way that they really were living their brand the entire event. So you walked in, it was orange everything. We kept talking about meeting on the orange carpet. Like, hey, I'm going to the session. I'm coming back. I'll meet you on the orange carpet. That was
Yeah.
kind of a cool thing that just sort of organically happened. Snacks, orange donuts, orange juice, orange sorbet. People are running around in orange. I mean, literally the entire space was transformed. So I would say kudos to Content Marketing Institute for really living the brand and bringing it to life in a way that I don't think I've ever seen it before. And
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see what they do next year.
Great.
It's to the point that even like the signs for rooms were orange, and I
Yeah.
wonder if it's always like that. And it was happenstance, but it
Probably
convinced
not.
me. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my cool factor.
Lucas, coolest thing.
So I think the coolest thing that we saw was we both went to this presentation by a guy named Andrew Davis. And he was somebody that's really kind of just living content marketing, kind of living his brand. He's someone we saw speak last year, and this was out of everything we signed up for, every session, this was the only one we both signed up for because he was so engaging. He was so cool. He's one of those guys that's bouncing around on stage. Everyone else uses a PowerPoint. He's got a Prezi that's going all over the place, you know. So he's very high energy, but he's very smart. Everything he's saying is very engaging. So, you know, the point of content marketing is kind of to engage your audience, get them to like you, get them to keep coming back to you for more. And that's exactly what he did. So, and what he said was actually useful. So that helped too.
Yeah,
So
he's
it
awesome.
always helps. Yes.
He has bow ties. He's wearing orange glasses.
Yeah.
Wow. So
He was into it.
speakers up the game again this year. Tough act to follow every year, but great, outstanding speakers again.
And they do a good job too of they'll invite their best ranked people back again. So maybe they'll give a keynote one year and then like a side session again. But either way, it works out really well for them. So
So that's kind of the fun part, which you like. Second question, a little bit more specific and for our viewers for sure. But a lot of them probably went. So I'll be curious to hear if they agree with the answer, and if those that didn't, I think that's something they'll take away. But what is the biggest takeaway from content marketing world in your opinion?
I think it's all about education. The thing about content marketing world specifically was we kicked off the week talking about us being in this age of disillusionment. So we got all excited about content marketing. We thought there was all this opportunity and all of this expectation of where it could go. And now we're actually living and implementing what we were planning for and how we were getting set up for the strategy. So for me, now we're in a spot where we have to continue to educate. And it's the idea that we're not setting and forgetting. It's not setting your calendar and setting your strategy and it's just going to take care of itself. It's the idea of continuing education. And whatever you learned 2 days ago, great, go apply it. But you can't let that stop you from continuing to learn and to be the one to educate. So it's great to educate your team. We talk about small, lean, fast works types of teams. But if you're only ever educating your team, then you're also missing out because you have to continue to educate the masses, the stakeholders, executive leadership, all the people who are going to contribute to the success of a content marketing strategy. So us being there from a learning perspective was terrific, but I think just the general knowledge of content marketing needs to continue forward. We can't say, oh, well, we educated somebody 6 months ago. Why don't they get it yet?
Yeah.
It's not anyone's fault. It changes.
Right.
It evolves. New case studies come out, new tools and technologies. So it's up to us as the leaders in content marketing to be the ones to help perpetuate the change, but also to educate along the way. So that to me was a big takeaway, and I think really embraced by every content marketer there that has a passion for what they do.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah.
Lucas, what do you think?
And for me, so sort of expanding off that disillusionment, we're at the point where content marketing has been around for a few years. People have been trying to implement this. They know it's a best practice, but not everybody is seeing the results that they want to see. We wrote a blog post about this. You guys can read more about that. But for me, I think a big part of that is the measurement. Are we measuring it the right way? And that was a theme that I heard throughout the entire couple days we were there. So, a lot of people, we're used to campaign-based marketing. So,
Right.
We're creating the specific collateral. The point of this is to generate leads, to generate sales. And, if you're really successful, maybe you get 5 or 10% of people that turn into leads. Well, for content marketing, the point is you want to hit those other 90% too. You want them to come to you for useful, relevant content. It's more about long-term engagement. It's about creating brand affinity. They keep looking to you as a leader. You're forming relationships. And if we're measuring something where the purpose is to form relationships the same way as we're measuring something where we're trying to just get short-term sales, it's no wonder people are not seeing the results that they want. It's not the same goal. So everything we're measuring in marketing should be based around a certain business goal. And so if the goal is relationship building, let's really start to think about measuring that versus measuring the way we always have with our campaign-based marketing.
That's right. That's a huge takeaway. I mean, we see that a lot, trying to focus on the business goals, business objectives, and making sure that everything's aligned. So sounds like that was a hot topic this year. Probably a lot of agreement from the people that were there. But to your earlier point, how do we actually synthesize that into education and training? So great challenge, great initiative for end of this year, momentum into next year. Sounds like you guys had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Joe. Congratulations on another huge year. Thank you for creating a nice opportunity for us and our role in this field to be talking about content marketing and the value that it brings. So everybody that went, hope you had a great time. And,
We did.
check out these guys' blog. Lucas mentioned it. It's a really good one. It starts out with Age of Disillusionment, which I love. So check it out. Until next week, we'll see you. Thanks for watching.